Welcome to my channel, and here we are going to be working on this problem. And the question says that the figure below shows the front elevation and plan of a hexagonal prism. The prism has a cylindrical hole of diameter 40 millimeters as shown. Draw the development of the lateral surface of the prism. So I will read the question again. The figure below shows the front elevation and plan of a hexagonal prism. The prism has a cylindrical hole of diameter 40 millimeters as shown. Draw the development of the lateral surface of the prism. Now, so this is the diagram, and this is the plan, this is the front elevation. In the plan, we have a hexagon of length. The length or side of the hexagon is 30 millimeters. In the front elevation, the height is 70, and this circle has a diameter of 40 millimeters. So make use of these dimensions to produce the surface development of this hexagonal prism. Okay, so let's start and see how this can be done. So the first thing that we are going to do is to draw a horizontal center line. So we draw horizontal center line like this. Okay, then we go on and draw a vertical center line. A vertical center line. So we draw a vertical center line like this. Okay, so we have the vertical center line. So the next thing that we are going to do is to draw the hexagon. And to draw the hexagon, so the length or side is 30 millimeters. So we take a measurement of 30 millimeters on the ruler with the compass, and we draw a circle. So we draw a circle like this. Okay, so we have the circle like this. Alright, so I need to bring this line down a bit, so to touch the circle. So have it. Okay, so with the same radius that I used to draw the circle, I put the point here at this point, and then I'll make an arc here. I'll make an arc here also on this side. Then I put at this point down here. I'll make an arc here, and also I'll make an arc here. Alright, so we are going to now label this point on the circle. So I'm going to call this point, I will call it point A, and this point is point B. Okay, so this point is point C. So this point is point D. So this point here is point E, and this point is point F. So I'm now going to join the point together. So we join AB together to form a side of the hexagon. So we also join BC together. So we join BC together like this. So we join B and C together to form another side, and then we join CD together. Join CD together to form another side. Then we join DE together to form another side. Then we join EF together with a straight line to form another side of the hexagon. Okay. Then lastly we join FE together, so to form another side of the hexagon. So we join this together like this. Alright, so we have formed the hexagon as you see here. So the next thing that we are going to do is this. So we are going to take the set square and set it along this line. Okay, then we produce a vertical line. So from this point up like this, and then we come to this side also from this point. So we draw a vertical line up like this. Then we come up a little bit, and then we draw a horizontal line. Then we are going to take a measurement of the height of the hexagonal prism, which is 70 millimeters. So from this point here, take 70 millimeters up. So this is 70 millimeters, and then so we draw a horizontal line. Draw a horizontal line for the top of the hexagonal prism. Then we divide the height into two, that is 35. So we take a measurement of 35 millimeters. So 35 millimeters, 1, 2, 3. So this is 35 millimeters, and we draw a horizontal center line. So we draw a horizontal center line here, so like this. And then, so we are going to draw the circle that we have within the prism. Okay, so the circle has a diameter of 40, so we take 20 as the radius. So we take 20 millimeters, so as the radius. We take 20 millimeters as the radius. So I'm trying to, okay, so I want to use my black pen, so to make sure we are able to see the circle very well. So this is 20 millimeters. So then we put the point here and we draw the circle. So we draw the circle like this. Alright, so here we have the circle drawn. So this circle now we are going to divide it into 12 equal parts. So into 12 equal parts. So with the use of the set square, so we divide the circle into 12 equal parts. So as you can see it here. Okay. Alright, so then we slide it here and we draw this line. Okay, so we are going to number the point on the circle. So this point here, so I will call this point 1. So this is 2, this is 3, so here is 4, this is 5, this point is 6, this is 7, there is 8, so this is 9, 10, so 11 and 12. So we have the point here. So other thing that we are going to do before we continue is to make this line a thick line. So make this line a thick line, and we also make this line a thick line. Okay, then this line also, so make it a thick line, and then this line will make it a thick line. Then the line in the middle, because we can see this corner, so we also need to make it a thick line, but that is going to be from this point down to the base of the prism. So what I mean is this, so just make this a thick line, and also for this also make it a thick line from here to here. Alright, so we have completed the front view and we have the plan already. So the next thing that we are going to do is to go for the surface development of the prism. So we need to know where we are opening the prism from. That is where we have the seam. So we have the seam along this part here. So that is, we are cutting along this point A here. We are cutting along this point A. So let me write A here. So I will write this as capital letter A. Okay, and I will write this as capital letter C. So we have C here. So we have capital letter C here. So we are cutting from this A. So when we cut from this A, so we are going to spread this for us to have the surface development that we are asked to produce. So to do that, so what we are going to do next is to draw a horizontal line. So out of this, so we draw a horizontal line to the right side, and then we come to this circle. So from this point on the circle, we draw a horizontal line to this side, and then so from point 1 and 11, from point 1 and 11, so we draw a horizontal line to this side. From point 12 and 8, yeah, so we draw a horizontal line to the right side. Then we have done that of 1 and 7, so we go for that of 2 and 6. So we draw a horizontal line to the right side. And then for 3 and 5, we draw a horizontal line to the right side. And for 4, we draw a horizontal line to the right side. Then coming up here to the top of the prism, we also draw a horizontal line to the right side. Alright, so the next that we are going to do is to come here. So just move away from the given view, from the front elevation a bit, and draw a vertical line like this. Okay, so this line that we have drawn, and also at this point, so it's going to serve as point A. So where we are opening from, that is the seam. So I will write capital letter A here. Okay, so the next thing that I'm going to do is that we are going to we have 6 surfaces, 6 rectangular surfaces on the front elevation. We have 6 rectangular surfaces, as we have 6 sides here, and this is an hexagonal prism. So we are going to be making 30 millimeters in 6 places. So this is 1, okay, so this is 2, then this is 3, okay, so this is 4, and then this is 5, and lastly, so I'll just move this, the ruler, and then I'll take the 6th one. Okay, so as we move, so this is A, so then A to what? A to F, so we are going this way, so A to F, so this point is point F, okay. Then next we have what? We have point E here, okay. Then next we have point D here, okay. So next we have point C here, okay. So this is C, and then we have point B here. And lastly, so we go back to point A, so this is A. Alright, so on each of these points, we are going to erect a vertical line on each of these points. We erect a vertical line, so we draw a vertical line on each of the points. So we come to this point, so we draw a vertical line, and then so this point, we draw a vertical line, okay. So this point also, we erect a vertical line. At this point, we also erect a vertical line, and lastly, at this point, we erect a vertical line. Alright, so the next thing that we are going to do, so what we have done here already is that we have made the surface development of the prism, so without the hole that we have within the prism. So we are now going to be working on how we can make the hole to show on the surface development as we have here. So let's see how that can be done. So what we are going to do is this. So we are going to draw a vertical line. So from this point 7 here, so we draw a vertical line. So we draw a vertical line down here, okay. So to touch the hexagon, so it touches at this point. So this point here, so we have this point here to the point 7. So this is 7, okay. So next, so we draw from 6 and 8. So 6 and 8, they are along the same point on the circumference of the circle. So draw a vertical line down to touch the hexagon. So here we have what? We have 6, and then so comma 8. So let's take note of the numbering. So next, so we have done that of, okay, so we are going to that of 5 and 9. So that of 5 and 9, so we draw a vertical line here to touch this line. So this is 5, and then so comma 9, okay. So then we have done that of 4 and 10. So this is for 4, and then so comma 10, okay. So next we have that of 3 and 11. So 3 and 11, so we draw a vertical line to touch this side of the hexagon. So here we have this to be 3. So this is 3. So comma 11. And then so we have next one to be 2, 12. So we draw a vertical line. So like this. To touch this side of the hexagon. So we have this to be 2. So comma 12. Okay. So then next we have what? We have point 1. So this is point 1 here. So here we have 1 at this point. Alright, so now, so we are going to, if you look at this point that we have here, so if you look at this, so in this middle point, so we have what? This line in the middle. So this is BE. So this is BE. This line in the middle is BE. Okay. So where do we have E? We have E at this point, and we have B at this point. So let's take note of that. So the middle line that we have here, so is for B and E. So this is point E, and this is point B. So I hope you get what I'm saying. So I'm talking about this line in the middle. This line in the middle, so we have BE. If you look at what we have here along this corner, we have E at this point, we have B at this point. So this line represents point B and point E. Coming to the surface development here, so we have this point as point E, and this point is point B. Okay, so let's take note of that. So what we are going to do now is that we take a compass. So we are going to take measurements. So we are going to transfer measurements. So with the use of the compass. Okay. So if you look at the distance from the distance that we have here for 5, 9, for 6, 8, for 7 from this point E here. Okay. It's also the same as that of from E to that of 3, 11, 2, 12, and 1. So we only take on this side from here to this side, and then we transfer it here on the surface development. So just look at what I'm going to do. So we take a measurement. So put the pinpoint at point E here, which represent E and B and also represent 4 and 10. So let me put it here. So this point is point 410, so 4 comma 10, okay, and then also we also have 4 comma 10 on this side. So we have the same thing on both sides. So now, so we take from 10 to 311, 10 to 311, so we have it here. So we take this distance and we put it here. So here we have this point, okay, so we also turn to this side, okay, then we come here, so we have this point, and then we also have this point. So on this side here, so here we have 3, 10, comma 11, and here we have what? We have 5, comma 9, and then here we also have the same thing, so 3, comma 11, and then here we have 5, comma 9. So that's what we have here. So next, so from this point 410, which is also point E, so we take that distance again for 210, so which is this point, sorry, 212, for 212, so we put at point E here, which is for 410, so we make an arc here on this side, and we turn to this side, we make an arc. Then coming to this point B here, which is also for 4 and 10, so we make an arc here, and then we turn to this side, we make an arc. So if I'm to number this, so this will be 2, comma 12, and then so this will be for 6, so comma 8, okay. Alright, so if I come to this side, I also have 2, comma 12, and then here I have what? I have 6, comma 8. So we have this. So let's take the last one. So from 410 or point E, we extend it to 1 here. So we take this distance. Okay, so we take this distance. So we are going to have, okay, so we put at this point. So here we make an arc here. Okay, and then we make an arc here on this side. Okay, so I will do the same thing here. So put at this point 410 or point B. So we make an arc here, and then we make an arc on this side. So this point is point 1. So this is 1. While this one will be 7. So let's take note. This will be 1 also, and this will be 7. So that's what we have here. So on each of these points, we are going to erect a vertical line on each of the points. So let's do that. So we erect a vertical line here, like this. Okay, so also at this point, we draw a vertical line. Here we draw a vertical line. And coming to this side, so we draw a vertical line. Here we draw a vertical line. Here we draw a vertical line here. Okay, so coming to this side, so we draw a vertical line here. Here we draw a vertical line. Here we draw a vertical line. So we draw a vertical line here. Here we draw a vertical line. Here we draw a vertical line. Alright, so now, so let's locate the point of intersection. So we start with 1. So this is point 1 here. Here is point 1. So we have point 1. So this line 1. So we need to draw this line as horizontal line. So we draw horizontal line like this. Okay, so for us to locate 1 and 7. So this is line 1, vertical line 1, horizontal line 1. So we look for where they intersect. They intersect at this point. So the same thing goes for 7. So here we have 7. So we have this point. And this side also, let's do the same thing. So 1 is at this point. Okay. And then 7 is at this point. So we have done that. So next we have what? We have 212. So 212. So for 2, we go along this line. So for 2, we have this point. And for 12, so we have this point. And the same thing goes for 6, 8. So for 6, 8. So this is 6, 8. So we have 8 at this point. And we have 6 up here. Okay, I'm following the numbering. Okay, so we also have the same thing. So this is for 12, and then we have 2 up here. So here we have for 6, and this is for 8. So just follow me. So next we have what? We have that of 3, 11, 3, 11. So 3, 11. So we have what? We have 11 at this point, and we have 3 up here. Okay, so the same thing goes for 5 and 9. So 5 and 9. So we have 9 at this point, and we have what? We have 5 at this point. So this is where we have 5. We have 9 at this point. If I go to this side also, I'm having what? I'm having 11 at this point, and then I have 3 at this point. So also I have 9 at this point. So 9 at this point, and then I have 5 at this point. So then we now have 410. So 410. So along this part, so this is where I have 10 at this point, and I have 4 up here. So and then so I have 10 at this point, and I have 4 up here. So we have gotten all the points. So all that we need to do now is to join the point together to bring out the shape of the cut part here. So we need to make use of the French curve. So I'll be joining these 3 points together. So I will do one. We do one together. So while I leave the video on, and then the other one I will do it while I pause the video. So we join this together like this. Okay. So and then so coming to this side here. So we join this point together, and then okay, so we need to try to, as much as possible, to produce a smooth curve. Okay, so that's what we are doing. So you need to rotate the French curve to make sure that the points are well arranged on the edge of the French curve. So as I'm doing it here. Okay. Alright, so we have done this together. So now, so the other, for this one, I will pause the video while I work it out. Alright, so the next thing that we are going to do now, so we have produced the cut hole within the surface. So we are going to make this line a thick line. So make it a thick line. And then this line also, will make it a thick line at point F, and the line at point E. So we are going to make it a thick line from here to here, and from here down. So make it a thick line. So coming to point D here, so we also make this line a thick line like this. And then so point C, make this line a thick line. And point B, so we make this line a thick line from here to here, and also from here to here. And lastly, so point A here, so we draw this line as a thick line. And then, so this line, so we are going to make it a thick line. Okay, so all to this end. And then, so this line here, so we also make it a thick line. So from here to the end. Alright, so we have produced the surface development of the hexagonal prism as we are asked to do. So all you have to do is to practice, and when you do that, you become a master at this work. Thank you, and God bless you.